Venice Film Festival going on right now. And so the earliest words on several high-profile fall movies are coming around. And one of the big ones is La La Land, from the director whose last film was Whiplash. It's a kind of a magical, mystical musical set in Los Angeles. They say that it's, first of all, across the board, pretty stunning reviews. They say it feels very classic Hollywood. At the same time, there's a definite sense of melancholy in it, and it has show-stopping numbers, musical numbers, and Emma Stone is now one of the front-runners for Best Actress, according to a couple of pundits, based on this performance.
Yeah, that looks extremely exciting. I was taking a look at the preview, the trailer. I guess I don't know if they've released a longer one, but the one I was looking at was a teaser, a 1 minute 30-second teaser, which is perfectly fine, and that's all I need to know and see to know that it's going to be essential. And I have to admit, I got watching it this time. It's probably only the second time I watched it. I did get the sort of like tingly feeling that I sometimes get when I see a preview for something that I think is possibly really going to win Best Picture. And traditionally, movies that it was in the past few years at least, movies that win Best Picture are usually released before October, or at least seen before October arrives. So it's got that in its corner. But it does look amazing, and they are kind of comparing it in some ways to, at least in quality, maybe not in manic quality, but in terms of artistic quality, to something like Moulin Rouge, or even some people have mentioned, including Jeffrey Wells, has mentioned Cabaret as a possible sort of comparison. But it does look very good. And
I'm looking forward to it. He's a big talent, that filmmaker. What is his name?
Damien Chazelle.
So
Damien
close.
Chazelle. So it would be his third movie. I mean, some people are mistakenly saying it's only his second movie, but his first movie is also kind of a musical called Guy and Madeline on a Park Bench. So music is obviously quite important to him as an essential element of his movies.
Another one that I really want to see, because Tom Ford, he comes from the fashion world. He directed his debut feature, A Single Man. What was that, like 6 or 7 years ago? And
7.
Now he's back with his second movie, Nocturnal. Let me make sure I got this. Nocturnal Animals. It's a thriller with Amy Adams and Jake Gyllenhaal, and critics are pretty wowed by this one as well. I mean, they say obviously it looks very good. It's drenched in mood, and it's not afraid to be grisly in its depiction of violence. So it seems like, at least from a genre convention standpoint, it's completely different from his debut film.
Yeah, I mean, which was sort of a quiet mood piece, Single Man. But this sounds good. It sounds very good. It sounds daring, and in fact, both of these movies that we're mentioning in their own way are quite daring. It seems like. I mean, yeah.
Isn't it a relief that finally some great movies might be coming around the bed?
Oh my God! Yeah, I mean,
now.
And of course, Telluride is going on right now. So Sully has been seen, and that's getting generally very good reviews. Although, some people not can might seem to sort of slightly knock it for being a kind of a more traditional movie. Like the word traditional, I guess, is code for for old-fashioned or whatever now, but give me some more old-fashioned movies as opposed to the new-fashioned things that we've been bombarded by for this past 8 months. But yeah, it is a relief. I mean, it's a fantastic relief, and to know that, now we can go back to the movies without dread, of being disappointed.
And then that movie Arrival, the other
yes.
big one that people are talking about, the sci-fi movie from Denis Villeneuve, who's now shooting Blade Runner 2. I mean, the preview on that looked amazing as well, and by all accounts, the critics think that the movie follows through on that promise, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, that movie is turning out to be, for some, to be kind of a mind bender, in that it might require a couple of viewings to get its full implications and plot machinations. But yeah, that's going to be interesting too. I mean, for me, the preview to that kind of, I think, because they're trying to get people in the seats, the preview to that kind of hit a lot of points that you see in a lot of alien visitation movies. So I hope that the film is going to be, and I understand that the film is quite a bit more complex than what we're seeing in the preview. But yes, I mean, it's always he's turned into a filmmaker.
This is an alien invasion movie where no buildings blow up.
Yes.
So that makes it different right there.
Yes. Yeah. But I mean, some people have kind of related it to something like The Day the Earth Stood Still, which is that's fine. That's fine with me.
As long as it's not the remake, yeah. Hacksaw Ridge, they just premiered Hacksaw Ridge, which is Mel Gibson's directorial effort, starring Andrew Garfield, about a pacifist during, I believe it's World War II. I'm not sure. But they say that it rises on the strength of his direction. He's always been a very good director. And, of course, the headlines on reviews for anything that Mel Gibson does, they always kind of begin with, it could be his comeback. And I don't know. I mean, I've only read one review of Hacksaw Ridge so far from Hollywood Reporter. But, I mean, they devote a paragraph or two to his past incidents, his past controversial incidents. Can we just kind of settle into the fact that we all know about that?
Yes.
It's
yeah. I mean, you definitely don't need to devote a paragraph in your review to it, because that's. I don't know. I mean, on this show, we do talk a little bit about people's, directors or actors' private lives and their peccadillos occasionally, but that's not really what we're interested in. We're, of course, interested in the work. So, on that level,
well, he was this writer was mentioning it as like a timeline of just telling us what happened years ago. Not in any way that tied into anything of relevance to the review, other than, he's been troubled. This is 5 years ago. He was arrested for this and sued for that, and it's like, we know that. What are you, Us Magazine, or are you reviewing a movie for Hollywood Reporter?
I do have to wonder, though, to think about it on their side, somebody who was, 12 back then didn't know about that stuff, but might be 17 or 18 or 19 now and more interested in movies and more. So it's possible, it's possible that someone who is in that position might not know about that stuff. That's as far as I can go with, like, justifying it, because, yeah. I mean, but I really think that they should just stay away from all of that stuff and just say, he's had some past troubles, but that's fine. But I don't
like
think
I don't remember like years ago every single George Jones album that came out them saying, you might recall that he was arrested for beating up his wife Tammy Wynette.
Exactly.
But on to the album. That's a weird analogy.
but
that's pretty
true.
random.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But they did not do that. So or Sly Stone or somebody like that. So but